Welcome to this edition of the BRSN Insider. I'm sitting down with women's basketball coach Folsom. Coach, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
All right, we'll do a quick season preview before we talk about this past weekend. Just starting out number 22 in the country, talk about some of the girls you have coming back.
We've got a good group coming back with a lot of experience from last year. We're led by some juniors. Kayla Staley was honorable mention all conference last year in the post, and Rachel Baumgartner played a lot of minutes for us as well. Our starting point guard, Bryn Mall, was a freshman last year, and she's back, as well as a couple of them off the bench that played a fair amount with Natalie Samara and another post that was a freshman last year, and Sam Brennan, a wing player, is also a freshman, and we also returned another junior that battled some sickness in the middle of the season with Grace Brzozowski, who played the wing as well. So we've got a fair amount of experience coming back, and we've added some new ones to the mix.
But talk about those new faces, a lot of them this year for you guys.
It's true, yeah. We got 6 freshmen and one Division I transfer, and she's a senior, and that's Zeynep Kambaz from Turkey. She's really strong point guard and really smart, very good basketball IQ, and can really do a lot of things for us offensively, which we're excited about. And then freshman-wise, we have Allie Brzozowski, Grace's sister, is a 6'1" post player who's really got a lot of skills. And then wing players Skylar Washington and Kinley Nelson are both doing well at the guard spots, both from Gardner-Edgerton High School teammates. And then Riley Neal from Lockwood, Missouri has been doing well as well. And then we've also added Reese Carlson and Heather Ronabaum as 2 other freshmen.
Okay, and conference polls came out. You guys started at 22 in the country. What are your thoughts on the rest of the conference?
It's going to be tough again. We've got a really, really strong league, and it's been proven the last several years with how well our teams have done at nationals, and I think we're getting a lot of recognition as a conference as one of the strongest in the country. So I anticipate this year is going to be just as strong, and if not stronger, than the last several years. So we've got tons of good teams, and you got to be ready to play every single night. So.
And you guys went to division play last year, tried that out for a year. You go back to the double round robin schedule. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that's a good thing. I think it's a good change. It was definitely different last year when we didn't travel to every place in the conference, and we didn't have everybody come to our place as well. So it was really a different feel as far as the year went on. So I think getting back to playing everybody at home and away, it will be great. And I know there'll be a lot more travel perhaps, but it's still we'll really figure out who the best teams are, and they'll be the ones that rise to the top.
You guys played at the KCAC Heart Challenge this weekend, and the first game, 84-76 win over St. Mary. Just talk about that game.
Well, it's good. Good first start for us. Good first game where we're playing a lot of young players. So it was their first game with the lights on. That meant something. So it was good to see them out there, and they all really contributed. I thought we had a great team effort in there. Kayla Staley really led us inside. She had 25 points in the post for us. Did a great job. We got to the foul line a whole bunch, and we were making our free throws, which was something we haven't been doing in practice. So that was a good thing. And that ended up leading us to the victory. But I thought we played pretty well. We had a lot of, maybe young errors, and our defense wasn't where it needed to be yet. But I thought the second day we did a little bit better job defensively.
The second day, 72-57 win over Ottawa. Just take us through that one as well.
I think we talked about some things from the day before that we weren't doing very well on our defense, and I thought we focused on them, and they did a better job. Again, I thought it was a total team effort. We got 11 players out there playing, and 4 of them are freshmen, and we've got 3 sophomores out there, so we got 7 of our 11 are young, but they're doing well, and they're working hard, and they've been working together pretty well, and putting up 72 points was nice, and we shot the ball pretty well in both games, which was good to see.
Talk about how important it is to get those young players experience this early on in the year.
We have to, because that's what we have. We got 10 out of 15 freshmen, sophomores. They're required to step up and do things for us. So, which is exciting. They're very talented. They're going to learn by experience this year, and we may have some growing pains as we move forward. But I like what they're doing. I like what they're bringing. And then again, we're going to add another player here in a few more weeks here with Loranda Thomas. Who will be a junior that's been injured the last 2 seasons with a knee injury. So she's coming coming along nicely, and she'll be factoring into the mix here pretty soon.
And then this weekend, now you guys get to come play at home for the first time. Your first game on Friday against number 25 ranked Lindenwood Belleville. What are your expectations?
Well, they're a good team. You know, they've been in the national tournament the last 3 or 4 years, and well coached, and they execute well. They've got a player over there that scored 33 points in her first game, so we definitely got to be aware of where she's at. And but you know, they're going to be a tough game. It'll be a good test for us, and that's why we like playing those ranked teams, because you get to see where you're at really early in the season.
And then Southwestern Christian on Saturday. Your expectations there?
Yep, watch some film on them. Not a team we're very familiar with. You know, they're in the Oklahoma Sooner Conference. But we've never really played them ever, and I don't think I've ever seen them on film until this week. But they are a scrappy bunch. They play really hard. They like to push the ball. They've got a lot of seniors on their roster, so and they are 2-0 coming in. So again, I think it's going to be a pretty good test for us. There's going to be 2 really good teams, and the 4th team coming in is Mid-American Nazarene. So you know, they're ranked number 12 in the country. So it should be an all-around great classic with good teams.
All right, Coach, thank you very much for joining us. Best luck to you this weekend.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Women's basketball coach Chad Folsom on the BRSN Insider.
Shakespeare once said, "Some are born great, and some have greatness thrust upon them. The rest of us," he said, "have to achieve greatness." We know exactly what he means. Be not afraid of greatness. Achieve it. Benedictine College, where greatness begins.
Back on the BRSN Insider, I'm sitting down with Benedictine College quarterback Shaefer Schuetz. Shaefer, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Big win over Grandview on Saturday, 25-13. Just talk about that game.
Yeah, a game against a fantastic opponent, as we know. Grandview, a very good team traditionally, and this year was no different, which we found out when we went up there. Rough conditions that I feel like we handled very well.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not easy to throw and catch a slick ball or hang on to one. Nonetheless, and I think we had just that one turnover, which is huge in a game like that, because every possession counts. And I think we made the most of our possessions, especially later on in the game. Big time kicks out of Jacob Young in a game where field goals were huge, because we were going back and forth there with field goals. And so a big job by that PAT team. Defense stepped up and obviously had that big play at the end of the game, that defensive touchdown that was huge. So overall, an awesome game, an awesome experience, and glad we came out on the right end of it.
And that clinches you guys the Hart North title. You shared it last year with Grandview. A win this Saturday would give it to you guys outright. What would that mean to the team?
You know, that would be awesome, especially not to share it. Because last year, I don't want to undermine last year and what we accomplished, but not as great as it could be if we won that title outright and it was ours. Sharing is never fun, as I've learned throughout my years. And so I think an outright conference title would mean a lot for this program. And I think a win this Saturday would be huge for that, obviously.
And you guys, the defense has been outstanding. I think we've calculated it up. It's 25 points over the last 5 games they've given up. Just talk about how nice it is to have that defense on your side.
There's no question, in my opinion, that we have the best defense in the conference. And I think you can make an argument that they're up there in the NAI as a whole as well. So definitely takes a lot of pressure off the offense, knowing that we have a defense that'll go out there and make stops and get us the ball back and give us as many opportunities as they can to score and put the whole team in a better position to win.
Peru State on Saturday, Senior Day. Obviously important to get the win for your seniors on Senior Day.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely want to go out with a bang, especially on Senior Day. We have a lot of people coming into town for that event. Also, as we mentioned, this is for the outright conference title. This is a big game for that reason as well. And then also a win here would clinch a home playoff game for us. So a huge deal there as well.
And the weather on Saturday, not supposed to be good again. I'm assuming last week probably helped prepare for this week.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think I might have mentioned in a previous interview, Coach Wilcox has that saying that's always, no matter what the weather is, it's advantage Benedictine. And so that's kind of the mindset we take every Saturday. These guys have to play in the same conditions that we do. You know what I mean? And it's tough and, whatever, but at the end of the day, whatever it is, we're going to take advantage of it and use it in our favor.
What are some of the challenges for you as a quarterback in cold weather?
Yeah, so obviously your hands getting cold and not being able to feel your hands is one thing. But really that's kind of the main thing. The ball gets a little bit harder, it feels like. Really, when you kind of start having some issues is when it starts raining and getting slick, and it's like throwing a 10-pound ice cube. But I don't think we're supposed to have much precipitation this weekend, which will be nice. But even if it does rain, I feel like that our guys handle it well, and I think we proved that last week.
You mentioned home playoff game. How important would that be for you guys to not have to go on the road in that opening round?
I think that'd be huge. That'd be awesome to not have to mess with all the logistics of traveling to another town, another place, and just be able to get those last couple days of practice here in town and play in front of a home crowd. I think that'd be massive for a first-round playoff game.
All right, Shaefer, thank you, and best of luck to you this weekend.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Benedictine College quarterback Shaefer Schuetz on the BRSN Insider.
A wise man once said, "The world offers you comfort, but you were not made for comfort. You were made for greatness." Discover what you were made for. Benedictine College, where greatness begins.
Back on the BRSN Insider, I'm sitting down with Wrestling Coach Marcus Cobbs. Coach, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
You guys got your season started on Sunday, but talk about how the preseason went for you guys.
Preseason went well. It has 3 weeks of two-a-days, and we did a lot of conditioning, a lot of weight training, and so saw a lot of potential through those guys, and they gained a lot through it. So I think they're ready for the season.
You guys, talk about some of the guys you're bringing back that you're going to lean on this year.
Okay. Well, our top returners definitely come from Alex Gomez and Keenan Graff, who were both national qualifiers last year. Alex Gomez will be returning at the 141 weight class. He's a junior, and then Keenan Graff will be returning to the 149 weight class as a sophomore. Looking really to those two for a lot of leadership. Yeah. They'll be leading the team. We do have a young team this year, and so they are actually our two upperclassmen for this season.
All right, so talk about some of the guys you brought in. I saw you said you were young. I put your guys' roster in. A lot of new guys, a lot of new faces.
Yeah, there's a lot of new faces. We brought in 15 new freshmen. Those that have already stood out, coming through preseason, and obviously our first competition through the Dan Harris, Michael Lucas, who comes to us from Alaska. He's a 3-time state champion out of Alaska. We also have Blake Bo Purcell, who's a 4-time state champion out of Kansas. Yeah. He transferred into here with us, and then we also have a standout in Jensen McDermott, who is a Kansas State placer. Other guys that I believe will stand out and make an immediate impact this year are going to come from our 84-pounder Tyson Albright, 174-pounder Franco Camarca, who's a 2-time state champ out of Virginia.
Okay, you guys got your season started on Sunday at the Dan Harris Open at Baker. What did you see from your guys?
Definitely saw that we were young, but I did see a lot of potential, saw a lot of fight in these guys. Just some little things we got to tweak and fix, and the best part is that was early in the season, and so we got all the way until March, really the end of February, to fix all of these things that I saw in this first tournament. But I can see they're hungry, and they're right there with the competition.
You got your first duel tonight against St. Mary. What are your expectations for tonight?
I expect to walk away with the victory, but once again, I want these guys to go out there and wrestle 7 minutes, wrestle their 7 minutes, and wrestle like this match is in our house tonight. And so I expect to walk away with the victory, but as long as I see these guys wrestling their 7 minutes with their entire heart and doing the best they can to come out the victory, we should be good.
How important is it for these guys to have their first duel at home?
It's pretty important, just to get the program's name out there and get that support through our fan base. This is going to be a pretty competitive duel, so the fans show up. They're going to see some great wrestling. They're going to see a lot of heart through these guys, and they're going to see their hard work pay off right here on these mats.
And you guys go up to Iowa on Saturday, the Grandview Open. How many guys are you taking, and what are you expecting from this weekend?
We're taking 15 guys. Looking for, once again, some more growth. Grandview Open is a very tough tournament. You're going to get every division in there, from Division 1, 2, 3, NAI, and JUCO, including Iowa State, Iowa. UNI will be in these tournaments as well. And so a lot of growth and a lot of competition. I want to see that they can compete with these guys here on these mats, and that they're striving to be the best they possibly can be.
Going into your second full year as a head coach, what did you learn last year that's going to help you this year?
Patience is the biggest thing I learned. You want to be good so quick. but you got to understand that you got to build the program. And so
Yeah.
I'm very patient this year, knowing that we have young guys and knowing that I'm building around these young guys. But though they're young, they can stand out really early. And so these are some great guys that we can build around. And I think looking at last year and going into this year, the future looks very bright.
All right, Coach, thank you very much for joining us. Good luck to you tonight.
Thank you.
Benedictine College wrestling coach Marcus Cobbs on the BRSN Insider.